Hey, what's up guys? My name is Ivan and welcome back to another tier list video. I'm gonna be ranking my favorite and least favorite characters in Honkai Star Rail. Now before I start the ranking, I have to say that this tier list is entirely based on my personal opinion and everyone's opinions are different. If I put a character that you really like into the lower tiers, please don't take it personally. This video is not meant to be a personal attack in any way, shape or form. Another thing to keep in mind throughout the video is that this is not a meta tier list. This ranking is purely based on how much I like a certain character, regardless of how strong or how weak they are in the game. So if you're looking for a who should I pull for tier list, then this is not the video. And once again, this tier list is purely based on my personal opinion. So if you're a snowflake and you get easily offended when I do not put Kafka in the S plus tier, then click off this video. Alright, with all of that out of the way, let's get straight into ranking. So these are all the tiers that I have over here. The highest tier is the S plus tier and the lowest is the F tier. You guys can see for yourselves what each tier represents. I don't want this video to be 5 hours long, so I won't be spending much time explaining why I put certain characters in certain tiers. First of all, we have Arlen. In the first cutscene, we can see that Arlen is defending Herda space station when he's being attacked, and when we first interacted with him as well as playing his companion mission, I think he's a very likable character. Besides that, his ultimate and ultimate voice lines are very cool as well, especially in normal speed. So for that, Arlen is going in B tier. Next up, we have the rich lady Asta. I really like her. I think she's adorable. I really like her voice and her personality as well as her interactions with Arlen, especially with the whole money spending thing. Asta is going in A tier. The current High Elder of the Vidyadhara, aka Healer Lady on the Luofu, aka Bailu. I think we can all agree that Bailu is cute as heck. No need to say anything else. Bailu is A tier. Next up, we have the emo badass who has been killed by Jingliu over 100 times, Blade. Blade gives off that evil villain vibes, like he saw his own parents die in front of him and then getting murdered 100 times. Blade's ultimate and his voice lines are just so damn cool. I can only describe Blade in one word because of my poor vocab, and that word is badass. B tier. Entering the multiverse madness of Bronias, in this case, one of the variants of Bronias in Star Rail, Bronya Rand. I am a Bronya simp, and there are like 50 variants of Bronias in the Bronya multiverse, and I freaking love every single one of them. With that being said though, I prefer Bronya Zaychik from Honkai Impact 3rd over Bronya Rand from Honkai Star Rail, but hey, Bronya is still Bronya, and for that reason alone, it's an automatic S plus tier. The purest cinnamon roll in Honkai Star Rail, Clara. She is freaking adorable, she has such a pure and kind heart, must protect at all costs. S tier. And I think if I put her any lower than that, Svarog is gonna kyongkan me, so yeah. Dan Heng is one of my favorite, if not my favorite male character ever since the start of the game. Right now when I'm recording this, it was Imbibitor Lunai's banner right now. Even if he's just a 4-star, he's not as cool as Imbibitor Lunai, but that doesn't matter. I love his sort of cold, antisocial personality and the way he fights. Dan Heng, S tier. Japard, the captain of the Silvermane Guards in Belobog, is another male character that I really like. The way that he puts up a huge shield for the whole team in his ultimate is so cool. He protects Belobog with his life to the point that he fought her own sister as well as us while we were trying to find the Stellaron. He got wrecked though. Regardless, he's in A tier. Next up, we have the ice helicopter, Kuru Kuru herself, the most iconic meme of Honkai Star Rail, Herda. I love her so much. She's another character that is adorable as f***, even though she's a savage. S tier. Please don't let her die again or I will dealt myself. People say that Himeko is the worst 5-star, she doesn't do any damage, she got outclassed by Hook, a 4-star character as a fire AoE DPS. Okay, fine, that's their opinion. However, those people that genuinely hate Himeko as a whole character just because she's bad are just cringe little kids that have never played Honkai Impact 3rd before. I refuse to believe that a Honkai Impact 3rd player that hates or even dislikes Himeko exists. Anyways, I'm giving her S tier. To all Trailblazers, we must protect her. I just mentioned Hook 20 seconds ago and here she is. Now at first, I don't like Hook that much because I think she's a little brat, but after playing her companion mission, I started to like her a lot more. She's just another cute and adorable character that likes to blow things up just like Klee. B tier. One of the 7 Arbiter Generals of the Xianzhou Alliance, leader of the Cloud Knights on the Xianzhou Luofu, Jing Yuan. Jing Yuan has got that giant Susanoo Lightning Lord which obviously looks so badass. in Jingyuan's official short animation where his master Jingliu was Mara-struck and he was forced to kill her, I freaking dropped a few tears. I like Jingyuan, but on his model wise, I think he has slightly too much fur slash hair on him, question mark? I don't know. He will be in B tier. Next up, we have the most anticipated character and probably the biggest hot take in the entire video, Kafka. She easily has the biggest fan base out of any character in the game, hands down. Kafka sims are just straight up so down bad, or should I say down horrendous for her, but I don't blame them. She is gorgeous, beautiful, able to dominate you, and is most players' favorite waifu in the game. Personally though, I don't think she's top tier, and the second after I said that, Kafka sims are on their way to put a screwdriver inside of my butthole and bombard me with 50 nukes. I'm not putting her in S+ tier, but she's in S tier. Next up, we have Otto, Luocha, the guy that seems like he's completely innocent, but come on. He looks like Otto, there's no way he's innocent. Did you see that familiar pose? My internal organs were screaming in silence when I saw that. And also, when I was playing his companion mission, Welt said that something is sus about Luocha, and I was like, yup! I really like both Otto and Luocha as a character though. I'll put Luocha in the B tier. Next up, we have the Primogem girl, the human version of Intertwined Fates, Alicia's daughter, sort of. March is the type of girl who is always cheerful and happy, always having a positive vibe, and the atmosphere never feels dead or boring when she's around. I love her outfit, I love her personality so much, and honestly, if a girl like March 7 exists in real life, I think I would fall for her. Easy S+ tier. Natasha, the leader of Wildfire in the underworld of Jarilo 6. I admire her a lot. During the Trailblaze mission, everyone in the underworld is struggling to survive, there's conflicts going on, and there's Svarog. Many people get hurt or sick down there, and Natasha is the only doctor. She has to take care of so many people every single day for who knows how long. If I were her, I would already bang Sun after 2 minutes. Natasha is going in A tier. The secretarial officer of the Silvermane Guards, Pella. In the main story, Pella barely has any screen time at all. Fortunately, Pella plays a big role in the museum event. I really like her. She's hardworking, serious, and cute. A tier. The diviner of the Divination Commission on the Xianzhou Luofu, a librarian and a mahjong addict. Qing Xue. She is the type of person that slacks off during work, always try to think of excuses to not go to work, which honestly I can relate to in school. A tier. Sampo is the type of dude that scams people and commits crimes, but he isn't downright evil though. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of him, but I definitely don't hate him or dislike him, okay? Sampo mains, please don't kill me. I think he's okay. C tier. Disappear among the sea of butterflies, baby! Zilla's ultimate voice line is probably my favorite ultimate voice line in the entire game in any language. Though Zilla in Star Rail is pretty different from Zilla in Honkai Impact, Zilla went from Bronya One-chan to shut the f*** up Bronya, you're so annoying. Anyways, Bronya and Zilla's relationship is always wholesome in any universe. Honkai Impact 3rd and now Star Rail when Zilla said she will save Bronya no matter what. Star Rail Zilla isn't going to be in S+ tier like Bronya, but she's definitely S tier. Next up, we have the eldest sibling of the current Landau family, Serval. She's a rocking rock star, a mechanic, and sometimes causes troubles. In a Trailblaze mission, Serval believes in us, unlike her brother, and is willing to go with us on the way to find the Stellar Ranch. She also offered us to hide inside her house when the guards are looking for us all over the place. I love her, she's cool, she's beautiful, she's S tier. Here we have another Bronya, which is Hexor Bunny aka Bronny aka Silver Wolf in Star Rail. A member of the Stellaron Hunter, a true gamer, and a genius hacker who has 76 accounts frozen by Herda. I freaking love Bronya in every freaking universe. In Silver Wolf's case, we saw her literally uninstalling that poor guy's existence, like how I uninstalled Mobile Legends and Internet Explorer. I love her ultimate animation, her outfit model, and I also love her Chinese voice actress so much, which is Hanser, who also voices every Bronya variation in Honkai Impact. S+ tier. Next up, we have another Cloud Knight, Sushang. Sushang trains with her sword all the time, and because of that, she doesn't really go to school. In Honkai Impact 3rd, Sushang is elegant, skillful, and her ultimate is a freaking gigantic sword dropping from the sky. In Star Rail though, Sushang can't handle her sword very well, doesn't know how to read that well, but she's adorable as hell. And her ultimate, well, it's a thick-ass chicken instead of a giant sword. I love both Sushangs, she's going in the S tier. Next up, we have a Foxian lady on the Xianzhou, Tingyun. I love her so much. Her big fluffy tail, her voice, I can't take it. S+ tier. Here we have the raccoons, trash can lovers, the Trailblazers. I personally chose Kalos at the start of the game. but I know many people love Stell and I understand that. Her smile is just so precious. But for Kalos though, his physical ultimate voice sounds so aggressive and badass, which I absolutely love. I think Kalos is severely underrated. I'll put both of them in the A tier. Next up, we have the Herrscher of Logic / Reason that got isekai from Honkai Impact into Star Rail. Welt Yang. I mean, they're literally the same exact person in both games. In Star Rail, Welt is sort of old and he is not in his prime anymore, so he isn't as badass as he used to be. Regardless of that, Welt is still Welt. In Star Rail, he summoned the black hole, then cut the planet in half. S tier. This poor kid has become a punching bag in the main story. I like Yanqing. I think he's another underrated character. His ultimate, the enemy version, is so cool. I love that. And his Chinese voice actor is the same as Venti. Yanqing, B tier. Next up, we have Fu Shen. Her model and design is so freaking cool. Her animations are amazing, one of the best, if not the best, in the entire game. And her first appearance where she slows down time and dodges bullets, oh my goodness. Not to mention, she and her Chinese voice actress are straight up cute as f***. I've been saving up my jades for her and Jingliu for quite a long time. S+ tier. Speaking of Jingliu, there she is. She is straight up my favorite character in the entire game. I saw her in the leaks during Luocha's banner and I pulled Luocha just for her. She has the most stunningly beautiful model in the game. One of the best animations in the game. Her blindfold, her red eyes, her voice, everything about her got me on my freaking knees. She made me want to wail in the game even though I'm not even a dolphin yet. Once again, Jingliu is straight up my favorite character in the entire game. Easy S+ tier. Next up is Xue Yi. We've seen her a few times in the main story and I like her. I think she's cool. I like her personality, albeit she's a robot. I wish she had a bit more screen time. B tier. We have another Foxian lady, Yukong. Now, I love Fox ladies, but Yukong in particular is not on the same level as Tingyun for me, but she's still a Foxian lady, and my favorite thing about them is their big furry tails. My first impressions of Yukong aren't that great in the main story, but I found myself to like her more when I played her companion mission, B tier. Next up, we have an unreleased character, Expensive Milk Powder, Gui Naifen. She's unreleased, so we obviously don't know much about her personality and stuff, but judging from her design and leaked animations alone, I really like her. I'm looking forward to seeing her in game with the Astral Express squad, A tier. Here we have the Star Rail version of Doomfist from Overwatch, Luca. At first, I didn't like him that much, but again, after playing his story quest, I like him. He's kind, he cares about other people more than himself, and also he had the guts to freaking 1v1 Svarog. I respect that. B tier. Next up, we have Dan Heng again in his Super Saiyan Dragon form in Bibita Lunai. As mentioned earlier, Dan Heng has been my favorite male character in the game ever since the beginning. Now we have a 5-star version of him which obviously is so freaking badass. I didn't pull for him though, because I'm saving all of my jades for Fu Shen and Jingliu. Despite that, he's easily S tier, the youngest sibling of the current Landau family, Lynx. Straight up, she is so adorable. I absolutely love her winter outfit. We also saw her in the Lycon where she is hanging out with Pella and it is confirmed that they are best friends. Once again, I can only describe Lynx with 2 words because of my poor ass vocab, and they are adorable and adorable. S tier. Last but not least, we have another unreleased character, Topaz and Numbi. Again, we don't know much about her, so we can only judge from her animations and design. I like her design. She looks like Chisato from Lycoris Recoil, and her ultimate is straight up Numbi playing Subway Surfers, which is hilarious. I'll put it in A here. Alright, now that's the tier list, ladies and gentlemen. If you skipped all the way to the end just to see the tier list, well, that is so sad. Anyways, I had ordered the tier list from left to right in each tier. Once again, this tier list is based on my personal opinion on how much I like a certain character. This is not a meta tier list. Don't be that guy who skips all the way to the end and then comments something like, why the hell is Herda in the S tier? Why the hell is Arla in the same tier as Jingyuan? Why the hell is Natasha above Luocha? Blah blah blah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to smash that dislike button because I started a war in the Star Rail community, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, goodbye, and have a nice day.